Hey everybody, it's Matt Williams and Rian Chandler-Dovis from Brand Federation here with another Brand Federation Cold Take, where we take a look at the news going on in the marketing world and throw in our opinion and hopefully start a conversation about it. What we want to talk about today is a trend we're seeing over the last couple of weeks, which is a bunch of new CEOs coming into companies. And the most recent and maybe highest profile one is Brian Niccol going to Starbucks from Chipotle. There's a bunch of other shifts going on right now because there's a lot of turmoil in the C-suite in corporate America, and it has implications for brands. And what we were talking about that led us to do the cold take is, what does this change mean if you're a CEO coming into a new company? How should you think about that moment in terms of managing that brand? And secondly, and just as importantly, if you're a marketing leader in that organization and a new CEO is coming in, how should you think about helping him or her achieve the right goals for the brand that they're coming in to lead? It's an interesting time when there's a change at the very top, and it can be scary, it can be exciting, it can be both of those things at the same time. There are lots of stories in the world of new CEOs coming in and inadvertently screwing up the brands that they're taking over. They're coming in to make a big change, but they make the big change in the wrong way. And maybe the unfortunate poster child for that is Ron Johnson, who came from his huge success at the Apple store into JCPenney and made a bunch of changes that almost sunk the company because he didn't understand the core equity of that company. So he came into JCPenney with a mandate to change and to save the company. He brought his knowledge in from Apple, and he started doing away with everything that the company was doing before, both good and bad. So he made some good changes, but he also made some changes that cost them lots of customers, one of which was doing away with coupons, which, a guy who's coming from the Apple store is going to look at coupons and go, oh, downscale, don't want to do that. It cheapens the brand, it cheapens the experience. What he didn't realize was that the majority of JCPenney customers loved the coupon experience, and they shopped at that store because of the coupon experience. And when he took it away, he lost those customers. And he did it because he didn't take the time to understand the real equity of this new company that he's coming into. And I think it points up a really important lesson. Start asking the right questions before you start taking big sweeping actions. And the first question as it relates to the brand is, what do my customers love about this brand? How do I understand that? And how do I build around that to make the change that I've been brought in to make without sacrificing the customer relationships that I rely on right now? If I think about a good example of that, when I was at the Martin Agency, we worked with a CEO at UPS who was a guy named Mike Eskew, who came in and wanted to change the direction of the company from just package shipments to supply chain management because there was a huge opportunity in that market. And he did it by understanding the equity that made UPS so good at package shipping and being able to translate that equity to a new audience and a new application, and being able to say the things that make us great at package shipping also make us great at supply chain management if you think about it this way. VP of logistics, right? He was able to take that equity and repackage it and re-energize it in a way that expanded the opportunity and opened up a whole new avenue of growth for his company because he started with the right question. What's my current equity? What do my customers love about me? And how can I re-energize that equity in a way that opens up new opportunity? If Johnson had done that at JCPenney, he wouldn't have done away with the coupons. He would have kept the coupons, but built all these changes around that relationship and maybe had a different outcome for the company. So I think if you're an incoming CEO, the first question you want to ask is, what's the equity that sustains this brand and how do I build around it?
Thanks, Matt. I think that's fantastic. Very similarly, if you're a marketing leader working with a CEO that's just coming in, you need to take a very similar approach. So it may be natural to kind of put your head down, a lot of changes happening, maybe fly under the radar. That's the exact wrong approach, as we talked about, Matt. This is a time when a marketing leader needs to lead in and become an advocate for the equity of the brand, for who the brand is. You will know this brand, you will know this company better than the CEO when they come in. And to the extent that you can become their close advisor and help them know the brand and know the equity so that you plot together the right path forward, it will be better for your job, it will be better for the career, and ultimately it will be better for the company because you're bringing that historic knowledge. Not only that, but this is a critical time to take a pulse check. This is a critical time to diagnose where the company is. And you may know a lot, you will know a lot about where the company has been, but there may be holes in your knowledge in terms of equity with consumers, in terms of where consumers want you to grow, and even maybe in terms of where employees want you to grow. So as a marketing leader, take this moment to work with the CEO to fill any knowledge gaps. So you make sure that the future of the company is really built on this strong foundation of knowledge of where you have permission to go, of opportunities you may not have tapped in the past, and of what that brand is really known and loved for. So you're building on strengths and not into points of weakness or a competitive threat. It's a really critical time. It's also a really exciting time. So lean into your knowledge, lean into your experience, lean into what you've brought to the company in the past, and help become that ally to move the company forward in partnership with the CEO.
I love this idea that we as human beings are kind of loss avoiders, or, we see situations that are so rife with change, like a new change at the top, and we think, oh God, just keep your head down. Don't make any sudden moves, right? The fact is that CEO needs a strategic ally when it comes to the brand. And if you can influence that CEO to make sure he or she is asking the right questions and you're the one with the answers, you're going to be invaluable to that person. And it's going to be so much better for the company. It's going to be better for you. And don't keep your head down. Put your head up. Your new leader needs allies and needs strategic partners, and you can be one. So I guess if we wrap all this up, Ryan, where we end up is, if you're an incoming CEO, don't come in without asking the right questions about the brand. And the first question you should ask is, what's the equity this brand has? How do I understand it? And how do I build around it to make the change I've been brought in to build? Because you don't want to inadvertently break something. And that's the biggest danger you have when you come in as it relates to branding. And then if you're a marketing leader in that organization, don't keep your head down. Be the keeper of the equity and the knowledge of the brand, and bring that knowledge to bear for your new boss and become her strategic partner to take the brand where you both decide it needs to go. And if there are holes in your knowledge, go fill them. Now's the time to do it.
That's exactly it.
It's an exciting time in lots of companies when there's a change at the top. Scary, but really exciting. And if you reframe your thinking in the right way, it can be an amazing moment for your career and for the company. So that's our cold take. We'd love to hear what you think about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you all at the next Brand Federation Cold Take.